Do you have any idea what their defense is going to be, given the fact that the judge is basically taking away their defense?
Am I the only person in the world talking about attacking the timeline, attacking the timeline, attacking the timeline, attacking the timeline?
Do you have any idea what their defense is going to be, given the fact that the judge is basically taking away their defense? Taking away their defense.
Like, am I in crazy? 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 Like, am I in crazy?
Challenge the timeline of the murders.
Talking about attacking the timeline.
What's the strategy today? Winning.
Whose motherfucking hair is that?
What's the strategy today? Winning.
The consensus has been challenge the timeline of the murders. Challenge the timeline of the murders. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Can you hear me? Am I heard? Am I alive? Is this thing on? I'm feeling a little bit nervous, guys. Can y'all let me know if y'all can hear me? Just to calm the nerves down a little bit. All right, we have hey everybody, Angie's here. What's up?
Hey guys.
Look who it is, everybody.
I tried to do like a virtual background that looked like Angela's, but I couldn't find any. I couldn't figure out how to get her out of it. So I was just I was gonna have her like sitting behind me.
Ominously.
Yeah.
That would have been nice, but hey, here we are.
How are y'all doing? What are you doing, DB?
Hey, I'm just sitting here. You know, I've been reading some motions today. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. I've been reading some of these motions today a little bit, and you know, just kind of getting the lay of the land of what's going on out there in Delphi land.
How was your Valentine's Day?
It was great. All of my Valentines all lined up outside my room this morning, and all presented me their Valentine's Day cards, and I dismissed them summarily. Which
one of your birds do you have dinner with on Valentine's Day?
I don't do that I don't. That's not true. I don't have. Okay.
I was gonna guess it was the blue macaw.
Yeah, Barry.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't think so. It's looking real red. Is it at the Valentine's Day colors?
Yeah. Do you like it? I had a little heart-shaped glass, but it's too small. It's like a champagne flute. I don't have time for that.
Did you say a champagne flute?
Mm-hmm. It's a champagne flute. So
So
And Angela's in the Rocks. She's with the Rocks now. I don't know how long she's going to be with the Rocks. But we found out DB knows how to log into her stuff. So like, we're just going to do this.
yeah, I have everything, you know.
Yeah.
I have it all. I've been secreting it away for a moment like this, for me to strike and take over the channel. It was actually really quite easy. All it took is about 35 meme videos, really funny videos, and some really stupid bits. So, not
You're some stupid bits.
Yep. And Ant's just been crawling through every single tiny little crack in the rocks. She's very good at it. I've seen a video for sliding through. I think it was that was like 10 inches wide. She just whoop right through there.
Yeah, that didn't look real, by the way.
Yeah.
And all the
Truly
rocks, all the rocks look like penises and vaginas. Every one of them.
Is that what you see?
Every one of them looks phallic.
Well, they say to a hammer, everything is a nail. So
What is? I'm gonna have to think about that for a while.
yeah, we'll skip over that. Yeah, and just spelunking. Yeah, so you guys have been taking in some of the content out there. What do you guys think? Like, has anyone unveiled anything really cool that you guys have learned? All these chatters, all of our chatters that have been out there getting intel for us.
I haven't taken in anything today. So what have we learned? So there's 2 filings today. One of them was really funny.
All right, I'll pull it up in a sec.
The motion to strike, Nick's bullshit, and I haven't even read the other one yet. But Angela said it looked juicy. It looked real juicy.
Oh wow!
So I have no idea what's in it, but I guess we're gonna find out.
Is it Phallic Rock? Isn't that a Disney show?
Probably.
Is that what I'm thinking of? Maybe something else.
If does a mom die at the beginning of it?
Usually Disney shows do start like that, don't they?
Yeah.
That's really sad. Wow. Way to bring the energy down there. I'm just kidding. Okay, so I'm gonna pull this up. You say hi to everybody. Usually Angela says hi to everybody. So,
is that what we do here?
Yep. And then I act like I'm doing something else, and usually I'm just tabbed out.
Hi,
I'm usually
everyone.
watching someone else's channel. I'm just kidding.
Who all is anybody else live right now? I haven't checked.
Dude, everybody's live.
Criminality was earlier, right? I
think
caught just like
criminality,
a piece
yeah.
of it. Criminality.
Yeah. She live. So we have the motion to correct error.
Motion to
We
strike.
have the motion to strike bullshit.
Motion to strike next bullshit. There was we can fly through that one. There were some good little tidbits in there. And it's nice, you know, like the feeling when you see in a filing, like the things that are going through your own head. Like, I am so sick of Nick discrediting his own evidence and taking something from his own discovery, from his own evidence, things that are pretty widely accepted in like the forensic community, like cell phone extractions and geofences. And he takes that stuff that exists in this world from his own investigation and says it's bullshit.
That's not right, Nick.
And he says, yeah, geofencing is like, I don't even know what it is, but I've heard it's totally unreliable. Okay.
That's not gonna be good for the rest of his cases.
And then fighting his own cell phone extractions from Libby's phone, sitting there trying to tell all of us and a jury that what the report says is probably not right because there was probably something else going on with the phone, like water or dirt. And my expert just Googled that in the hallway. So that's probably what it is. And then even countering the defense attorneys when they have a motion to correct error about it, and they have an affidavit from their cell phone expert, again, saying, yeah, what he said at trial is complete bullshit. Here's why. And Nick does not obtain a affidavit from Cecil or anybody. He just comes back and says, What is this? How did you get it black?
This is I'm a real dark mode character. So I
How
keep
do you
everything
do
dark.
that? Do you do
I
that
don't even know.
is that in Drive or Adobe?
I photoshopped it.
Jesus Christ.
I'm just kidding. No, I didn't. Yeah, it's Adobe. It's an Adobe setting.
You're in Adobe setting.
Yep. I work in a dark room. It's all in the dark room. I'm working on developing some photos over here as well.
What are they pictures of?
Oh, I work at CVS. I'm just kidding.
Naturally.
You know, it always was something that I found so funny about the whole rumor that started where they said that Ricky Allen was processing photos at CVS. And that,
Right.
Dude, do you guys think he's in a fucking dark room? Like, he's not looking at the pictures, guys. Like, he puts the thumb drive in the machine and then it prints them out into a stack.
Do you know who thinks that?
Who?
People who are old enough to remember having to take film to a photo processing place.
I don't know who you're talking. I don't know.
Oh, you don't know what I'm talking about?
I'm young. I'm hip. I'm cool.
So you've never taken a roll of film somewhere to have
Was
it
that like
developed?
an app? A roll of
Jesus
film? Is that
Christ.
called an app, or is that, how did you get that on Instagram?
I'm gonna bend you over my knee right now. Have you ever used a disposable camera and had to take that in to get developed?
Yeah, I take a picture on my phone and then I swipe up to close the app.
This is bullshit. Actually, there was a movie made about this. It had Robin Williams in it. It was called like 24-Hour Photo. It was like a thriller. I think he was like a serial killer photo developer.
Oh yeah, I think I have seen that. Is that the one?
So back in the olden times, back in the olden days,
yep,
you would have a camera with a roll of film in it. And when you would take all your pictures, you had no idea what they looked like, if they were just blurs or just 25 pictures of your ear on accident. You didn't even, you had no idea what was going to be on there. And so then you would take it to like a drugstore, or then they set up it was like a little coffee stand looking thing in the middle of a parking lot somewhere. And you'd go drop it off. And then some creep would literally develop your film and look at all of it and package it up for you with the negatives and give it back to you. That's what we did in the olden days. Oh. I rode my horse up there to drop film off.
Okay, but what's the movie about? What's the evil villain? He just finds people in the pictures or something?
I think so. I think it was something like that. I don't remember.
Huh.
Anyways. So I'm not big on reading these filings word for word.
Yeah.
Just because I don't like that personally. So I'll just kind of what? Yes. Was that it? Was that from the movie?
I can't tell if that's him or if that's Special Agent Lepper of the Indiana Attorney General's office, or the Office of Inspector General. It's hard to tell. I think that's Robin Williams.
Maybe. Oh, he's dead, isn't he? Didn't he die?
Rest in peace.
Oh, I forget about that. So what this first paragraph, this whole first page just says, fuck you, Nick, over and over and over again. So it said Nick responded to their motion to correct. Their motion to correct was asking the judge to either vacate the conviction or conduct a hearing on all the errors they listed were present during proceedings and during trial. There was some new evidence. There was some discovery violations. There was my favorite, and I'm probably going to mispronounce this, the NAPUE. It's been kind of like my white whale ever since I saw it in that filing. I think I think it's Napue, only because I'm pretty sure I think I heard Andrea Burkhart say it like that, because I was watching.
She's a travel blogger.
I was watching the when Andrea Burkhart was doing it. I was just watching the subtitles. I didn't have volume on, and it kept saying Napoli. So I think she was pronouncing it Napui. And like,
I think that's the village she's in Chile.
Maybe every Texan bone in my body wants to say Napu.
Yeah, just fuck it all up.
So maybe I'll go with Napu. We'll see.
Okay.
So they filed all that. Nick filed a response. His response was insane. He completely sidestepped Napu and didn't want to address that at all. Said, blah, blah, blah. Even if this stuff was true, you can only have newly discovered evidence in here. And none of this is newly discovered because it came from my backyard and Kathy's filing cabinet. So okay. It was a really silly, unprofessional response that Nick gave. So now, this was filing. Go ahead.
Oh, he's kind of arguing stuff that really wasn't even like subject of the motion of correct error. It's like he just brought arguments about actually being guilty versus the defense saying he was actually innocent, when really the motion of correct error isn't about factual innocence or not being guilty. It's just about the substantive errors that occurred during the trial period.
He tried to school people who are experts in chronic. He tried to school them on chronic. And that was funny.
Yeah, he must have thought back to his old chronic days, and he put an H in chronic.
He sure
which
did.
I think that means the weed, doesn't it?
Are you old enough to remember Dr. Dre albums?
I don't think I had health insurance back then, but
okay, perfect. Anyways, so I did not realize that the defense now had the option to file anything. I thought once they filed the motion to correct, they were done. The state files their response, and then I thought it's in the Lord's hands after that. But apparently they can file a motion to strike that shit for being insane. So this entire filing here is saying, throw his filing away. Don't even read it. And here's why. So all of this right here starts off saying, fuck you, Nick.
Well, I was doing some research on this motion, and I realized it's a motion to strike, right? I thought it was a motion to psych. Like, ooh, psych, like that shit was whack, bruh. Like, psych, you didn't really file that shit, you know what I mean? So
basically, it's the same thing.
But yeah, so it's a motion that comes on its own, right? They can't say like, no, you can't say motion to strike. Like they just have to sit there with their hands tied behind their back, right? And see what the judge does with it.
Yeah. And I guess affidavits are an important part of a motion to correct or the response to the motion to correct, because they made a big deal about affidavits in here.
Okay. State's response is unverified and without supporting affidavits, asserts numerous facts outside of the record in violation of Trial Rule 59H2, which provides if a party opposes a motion to correct error made under this subdivision, that party has 15 days after the service of the moving party affidavits and motion in which to file opposing affidavits. Where's the affidavits, Nicholas? I guess his whole thing, he thought his whole filing was an affidavit, right? Because that motherfucker was testifying on paper.
He really was. Like, he testified for phone data. He testified for other attorneys. Like, he just thinks his word is bond.
Yeah, what's up with that, Nicholas?
So the first thing, if you want to scroll down a bit, the first thing that they kind of go into. Oh, thank you.
Wait a second. Lead with love. Oh my God, thank you so much. I'm sure Ange will be very excited once she's once the rescue crew, once the rescue crew's helicopter gets there, and picks her up. And maybe hopefully she'll be able to see that. And I'm sure she's really appreciative. We are really appreciative, and whoever got the memberships are super appreciative. And if y'all didn't see, Lead with Love was on Andy Cops's channel, so y'all should check that out.
I heard about it. I haven't watched it yet. It's on my to-do list this weekend.
It's good. It's very good.
But
okay.
I met her at the pretrial hearings. She's a doll.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's awesome. In July.
Yeah.
August.
She's so sweet.
Yeah. Yes, she really is.
I didn't know she had done so much knocking up the doors up there at Westville. She kind of talked about that, her journey through checking out a motherfucker in Westville in that video, and I thought that was very admirable. Coming from all the way across the country, her having the experience in corrections and kind of being able to call bullshit on a lot of what they were saying. You really would hope that people with that type of experience are there to help in that way.
I agree.
Yeah. Okay, so we got the motion to psych. And then let's see what else were we missing here. In particular on page 2, I'm not going to read it verbatim because I'm sure everybody has heard everybody read it today already.
There's a few interesting things I'd like to highlight, and then we can move on to the other one. Yeah, keep scrolling.
Yeah, I was gonna say it just took me a while to get this together because I had to pay somebody to go find Ange in the desert and send me the 6-digit code for 2-factor authentication. And then once I got it, we got to kick this thing off. But
they left her where they found her with her foot stuck in that crack, right?
Yeah, I think her whole body was a really small crack.
She was just like,
I would send it to Michael, but I think Yellow Jack is going to have to do that.
What?
The link.
Oh, I've got it blown up big. I can't see the chat. What does it say? Read it to me.
Oh, the chat? Oh, it says...
Oh.
You know this guy, right?
Yeah, I know him.
I know the guy with the airplane.
Yeah. Michael, yeah, I'll send him a message in a minute. Let me run through some of this stuff, and then I keep trying to scroll. Like, I have control of this. I'm like trying to scroll, DB, scroll it along. He just wants to come on and correct my Napu.
How's that?
Keep going. I'm not, I feel like whoa.
Is that good?
No, it's too big.
Oh.
That's too big.
Oh my. Not on Valentine's Day. Okay, so how's about this down here?
Well, it's still too big.
Okay, let me zoom out a little bit.
Okay, perfect. Now, okay, I'll go down.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, our good friend Michael wrote this. Are we going to skip over all of it? I feel bad. I mean,
did he write it? I feel like
I don't know.
I feel like there's a lot of Michael Osbrook flavor in here.
Yeah, this got the pizzazz.
I just feel like when I read certain things, I think to myself that just has like a fragrance. It just has a little certain something.
Yeah.
All right. On page 8 of the state's response, McClellan says Reese Davis was interviewed by law enforcement, which he was, as shown by the defendant's exhibits. McClellan also says Mr. Davis requested a polygraph examination, which he quote unquote failed miserably.
I love this because you can fail an exam, you can fail, standardized testing miserably, but you can't fail a polygraph miserably. Like, what does that even mean? It doesn't, it's an instrument of nonsense.
It is an instrument of nonsense. And in case you need a reminder today, in case nobody knows this or nobody has heard this today, don't ever take a polygraph. Not if you're guilty of something, not if you're innocent of something, not for shits and giggles, not to prove something to anybody.
Okay, but what if the cops say if you take it, regardless if you pass or fail, it'll be all good?
Well, I mean, that's true. Regardless of if you pass or fail, it'll be all good. But just don't do it.
Okay, but what if they say you could take it and you can go home?
No.
Okay.
Tell them I can go home. You tell them I can go home right now. Unless you're under arrest, you tell them I can leave right now. And you probably should at that point.
Don't try to trigger me in the chat.
Don't talk to cops.
Unless they're really, really cool.
Or cute.
Oh, boy.
So, McClellan says, he asked for a polygraph, which he failed miserably. However, not only does that not matter, not only is that completely inadmissible and irrelevant for life in general, no exhibit of Mr. Allen's, go back.
Oh, okay.
No,
yes.
Just a hair there. No exhibit of Mr. Allen says anything about a polygraph examination. So, Nick, why are you responding to things that aren't even a topic? Like, why are you bringing this up as a response to what we said? No exhibit
Michael
of
Reeves
Mr.
would
Allen's.
be very disappointed.
No exhibit says anything about a polygraph examination. These allegations by Mr. McClellan are based on facts outside of the record and unsupported by an affidavit or any kind of verification. So, Nick, if you're going to make those kinds of claims, you need to have an affidavit with it from, the polygraph examiner that administered this test, or Reese Davis himself. Something. You can't just say this, Nick. You weren't there.
Yeah, your filing is not an affidavit, sir.
No,
oh my God, $10. Y'all don't know
Jeff
what I would do
Jones.
for $10, what I've done for $10. What's the worst thing you ever did for $10?
Me?
Yeah. I ate a cricket one time.
I mean, I don't think anybody's ever really offered me money to like on a dare. Like I'll pay you $10 if you do this.
Some people got it all. You know what I'm saying, boys? All right. Well, you don't get paid to eat crickets like I did. Okay, fine.
I mean, ask me what I did for 1,000. That's a different story.
Oh, I've heard.
Similarly, on page 8 of the state's response, Mr. McClellan says that Ron Logan told Mr. Davis he removed the cell phone battery from the girls' phone and left the phone behind, and that he took the girls' clothing from the scene and burned them. Nothing, and I mean nothing, in any of the defense filings for the motion to correct error said anything of the sort. It wasn't in the police reports and the Orion tips and the handwritten statements from the polygrapher and from Mr. Davis himself. Like, none of that was there. It didn't say anything about that anywhere. So why is Nick responding to it and saying that? I don't think that information even exists. Like, I don't think that's real. I think Nick just made that up.
Well, okay, so do you think he's been focused on this information so much that when he read what the defense was saying, he didn't even really read it. He just kind of like conglomerated it in his head. And then once he wanted to do the filing back, he accidentally said some shit that they didn't allege. That he knows.
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't think Reese Davis has made these claims to anybody. I don't think he's said any of this stuff anywhere at any time. I don't think he's claiming Ron ever told him these things. Like, it seems like Nick just made it up.
Okay, I thought maybe my thing was like he said it, but it was in a filing or it was in evidence somewhere that wasn't turned over.
I mean, that's possible. That's certainly possible. Why would you say you removed a battery from an iPhone? That's unrealistic. It seems like Nick just threw out something unrealistic to make it seem non-credible.
Well, unless there was another interview that said, you know,
right,
or another confession or something else where maybe he was pulling that from, but he just wasn't thinking.
It feels like a foot in the mouth moment, kind of.
Oh, yeah.
Like he kind of told on himself a little bit.
Yeah, Michael Reeves, don't self-snitch. You was self-snitching.
Yeah.
Or 8 or more letters. Yes.
So nothing in the exhibits pertaining to Ron Logan's confessions to Reese Davis say anything about Logan burning the girls' clothes. These allegations by Mr. McClellan are based on facts outside the record and unsupported by affidavit or verification. Somewhere they're like the footnotes are always the best. The footnotes is where I find the Osbrook flavor the most.
That zip.
That tang.
Let me scroll down. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, scroll down.
How's that?
Okay, perfect. The tip in Orion database, Defendants Exhibit 4A, does recite Logan told Reese how he burned his clothes in a fire pit and where it was located. Emphasis added.
Ron Logan confessed.
Oh, sorry.
That just scared
that auto played when you said he burned his clothes. I don't know why.
Scared the shit out of me. I like the emphasis added, but again, nothing anywhere says anything about Logan confessing to taking a battery out of a phone. While the court might take Mr. McClellan's misstatement of fact about the burning of the clothes as simply a mix-up on his part, either Mr. McClellan is making up the allegation about removing a battery from a phone out of whole cloth, or he has access to information about Ron Logan's confessions to Reese Davis he has not shared with the defense.
Boop, boop, boop. Brady alert. Brady alert.
Yeah, it's a big red flag. In either event, there is a reason Trial Rule 59H2 requires affidavits in support of a response to a motion to correct error when that response is based on evidence outside the record. Nick, it's your first day here, you big doofus. All right, you can scroll now.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Which one do you think it is? Do you think do you think he told on himself for having things that he never turned over, or do you think he just hallucinated that?
Hallucination. Did this guy Jeff Jones donate again, or is this the same donation? Can y'all help me out? Am I seeing double over here, or is this a Valentine's Day bonus?
What is that a picture of?
That's a cat.
A boot?
Oh, that's a cat.
I see it. Oh, I see it now.
He donated twice? Oh my God, Jeff Jones. That is incredible work you got there, sir. Throwing the bag around. Wait, he donated $10 twice. I don't even know how much money that is, but that's fucking awesome, dude.
That's $20.
It's 20? 10
$20.
times 2?
Thank
Okay.
you.
Need some ZZZ. Dude, this is my homie right here in all these fucking Idaho 4 chats. Thanks for coming over, dude. Or sir, ma'am, whatever you like to represent yourself as.
Oh, are these your Idaho
What's up?
homies?
These are my Idaho homies. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I really missed that one.
Who's the new Ange? This is Yellow Jacket, everybody. Y'all don't know who Yellow Jacket is. She's Corndog Court on X. Y'all show
that's about it. That's all, dude.
Jeff Jones some love in the chat too.
Yes, thank you, Jeff.
Okay, sorry. Oh yeah, we were talking about something about the Brady, something about Brady.
Right. Did Nick do did Nick do a Brady, or did Nick just get something mixed up? I mean, that was my first reaction whenever I saw.
We got a Brady violation. We got a Brady violation. Syrup or whatever.
Is that
a Brady
Jerry?
violation.
Did Jerry bing bong you?
Nicholas, whoever, please. Here's your Brady violation.
Oh, sorry, that was really loud.
All right, you can scroll down a little bit. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you, Brian. More?
Also on page 8 of the state's response, Mr. McClelland says no evidence places Ron Logan at the scene of the murders. Dude, what? You can't just make blanket statements like that. Like, he lived at the scene of the murders. What a stupid thing to say. He lived 800 feet from the scene of the murders. What do you mean no evidence places him there? This allegation is based on facts outside the record and unsupported by affidavit.
We have some really good analysis here in the chat too on this. Could you read that?
Yeah, except it does, bitch.
Yeah. Thank you, Your Honor.
Run, tell that.
There you go.
On page 9 of the response, Mr. McClelland says, Sergeant Cecil was able to observe photos of the phone when it was found, herein attached as State's Exhibit 9, 10, and 11. In addition to not saying whether Cecil actually observed those photographs.
That's Sergeant Cecil to you.
Yeah. This allegation is based on facts outside the record and unsupported by affidavit or verification. He just says, like, he just gets there and says, Sergeant Cecil saw these. Also on page 9, he alleges that Cecil's testimony that the log entry on Liberty's phone reflecting the headphone behavior could have been caused by a malfunction due to dirt or water in the headphone jack. Was based on his knowledge and experience as a forensic phone examiner. As we know, this testimony was based entirely on a Google search in the hallway during a break in the trial. And then McClelland saying that his opinion had anything to do with his knowledge or experience is facts outside the record, unsupported by an affidavit.
You know, they're like, hey, just trust me, bro.
Would you like to read this footnote? It's pretty good.
I love reading footnotes. Before that, I'll say, you know, what really came down to is that Cecil is just such an honorable person, according to the defense. They love him. They really just made him sound like a great guy. And it sounds like he just alpha grind set. He doesn't take breaks. You know what I mean? So he was like, I'm going to do some fucking research on my break because I don't stop.
That's one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite gifs.
And just getting after it, dude. Okay, the court. not Courtney, but the court might want to consider whether to hold Mr. McClellan in direct contempt for publicly filing crime scene photographs the court ordered sealed at Mr. McClellan's own request. Nicholas McClentleberry, C hopping v. United States, or v. state, excuse me. Where, as in here, the court has firsthand and immediate knowledge of acts demonstrating a clear disregard for its authority, which threatened to undermine the integrity of the judicial process. Summary proceedings for direct criminal contempt are available. Well, isn't that interesting? Because they just had, what, last year? They had a little trial inside of a trial for something that really wasn't firsthand or immediately knowledge able to be attained, the knowledge of acts demonstrating a clear disregard for the authority, right? There was a crime committed. There was a something was stolen, something was converted illegally, allegedly, based off an affidavit and based off charging information for somebody. It seems like, which one?
Nick.
Oh, yeah. But this is interesting. Do you think they're going to have a contempt hearing?
Absolutely not.
Oh, dude. No Cecil redemption arc. Not up in here, dude. We already know what you're trying to do, Cecil. Being I'm just a happy-go-lucky little cop, and oh shucks.
I saw him testify live in person, and he is he's polite. He's unassuming. He's not he doesn't come off like Holman or Mullins does. He's, very just seems like a very polite man. But I also believe he very intentionally confuses the issues and talks in circles and kind of like word vomits. Like whenever you hear him testify, and I mean, normally I would find phone extraction data so interesting. I mean, I would be locked in. When he talks, you just find yourself going, like he jumps from topic to topic and just presents it in a way that's extremely hard to follow.
That's what we try to do over here sometimes. So.
I kind of feel like that's intentional.
Yeah. Well, okay. So let me ask you about his intentions. When he was on his computer, this dude got his laptop out, right? And he was fiddling with it when you were there watching live.
Yeah. Yeah. Either his laptop or maybe it was just going through a report.
Well, was he trying to pull up a magnet axiom report maybe, and then saying that he didn't have Celebrite loaded or didn't have Celebrite report ready? And
yeah, I don't remember what it was. Like he just
when Auger was cross-examining him.
And it was on a really stupid topic that I was like, I wanted to come out of my skin and just scream like knock it off. Like the
Right.
topic was. And he did it at trial too. He did the whole exact same thing in front of the jury. And it probably just made them black out because it gets confusing. Like he wants to just kind of like smoke and mirrors the whole issue of when an iMessage is sent versus when it's received. And he keeps and
weird.
his wording always tries to like allude to no, the iMessage went through at 7:25 p.m. And OJ will be like, we've gone over this, sir. Like, yes, it shows it was received, but it wasn't actually received because an iMessage is timed. Like when I open up my phone and I see an iMessage from somebody, it will be time-stamped when they sent it to me. So if I'm on an airplane and I'm in airplane mode, when they send that text to me and I get off the plane and I take it off airplane mode, the stamp on the text is going to show what time they sent it, even though I didn't get it until I got off the airplane and took my phone out of airplane mode. And he, like, we all understand this. Everybody understands this. But he just like will draw this out into a 30-minute argument of semantics. And it feels really intentional just to muddy the waters.
Yeah. That's very fucking uncool, dude. But Kitty here has something very fucking cool. $9.99.
Thank
Another almost $10. So that makes us what? We're up to so we had 10 the first time, right? 10 the second time. And then we had Brienne donated $2, and then now we have $9.99.
Thank y'all. I don't know why I'm saying thank you. I'm not getting any of it, but
no, I'm taking it.
It's gonna be it's the fund to get Angela's foot out of the rock crack, to get her whole body out of the crack. We have to extract her.
Yeah, but I already got the phone. So we're not gonna.
The people, the authorities in Utah don't care. They got a call from Jerry, and he told them that she can rot in the rocks, so they won't come help her.
Yeah.
Probably.
Ooh.
It's probably what happened.
Okay.
All right, keep going.
Yes, ma'am.
Just go. Okay.
Okay, we're gonna something about direct criminal contempt summary proceedings. Direct criminal contempt by statute rests upon common law. It is inherent in the courts. Alternatively, under this code, the court might consider issuing a rule to show cause why Mr. McKeelan should not be held in direct criminal contempt for his willful violation of this court. They didn't have a show cause hearing in the other ways, right? In the other situation?
No. The court also did not.
Thank you, Kitty.
And the court also did not make any kind of motion to make the other contempt proceedings happen. The prosecutor in that case filed contempt charges.
Everybody, that's
in a case against the defense attorneys in the case file for Richard Allen, charged with murder.
Hey, over there, buddy. 2 ears, 1 mouth. Are you talking about the PDF or
are you me? Like me? You want me to zoom out or the PDF?
Hey,
I need to know.
We don't need.
Do I need to back the fuck
You're
up?
You're perfectly fine the way you are. Don't do anything on camera that people are asking you to do. We don't want any other rumors to get started.
Can you just get back a little bit?
Did something happen to Ange? Ange. Yeah, she didn't get into crack. We don't do crack here unless you do. She fell into a crack. So if you guys want her to come back, we have to donate. We have to get at least, I think, $42.99 total.
Angela is not actually hurt. She is on a lovely,
she is.
She is on a lovely, much needed vacation with her sister in the rocks of Utah. Like, they are hopping all over Utah. They've done Moab. They've done Kanab, whatever it's called. I call it Kanab.
Canope versus United States.
Yes. She is in the rocks like all day, every day. It's just pictures of her making me nervous, making me so nervous. These pictures of her just standing on the edge of a cliff, like a literal rock cliff. And it makes me like my hands get sweaty whenever I see it.
You do, don't you?
I can't even climb a ladder in my own house. I'll get my hands will get sweaty if I try to climb a ladder in my house. Like, I don't do heights at all.
Yeah, if I look all the way down the stairs when I'm going down them, I might get a nosebleed. It's something that it's really affected me.
I get dizzy. Like, if I climb a ladder, I'll just like I have to death grip it because I feel like I'm just gonna like fall off the back, and I don't know why I feel like that. It's like the ground is just trying to pull me down. Did we figure out if I need to back up or if your text needs to back up?
If you do anything that the chat tells you to do, I could get bad. Is this really a fucking picture of Nick McClelland that she posted with the Coors Light?
Who? Where?
This is me, not Ange, guys, posting this link in the chat.
Oh, yeah, that is.
Oh, I never fucking dude. Oh my god. What a cute little Twinkie. Oh my god. That's adorable, dude.
Cute little Twinkie.
Yeah.
Who is your picture of?
Me? Greg
Huh.
Brady.
Oh.
Gregory Brady.
Gregory.
Did Brady violations.
Got it. Oh, I see now the glasses. That's why I didn't recognize it. He had the DB glasses on.
Yeah. I wanted to share her post. If you guys haven't seen it, go like it. Like, subscribe. Don't report it. Oops, I don't like it. Don't tell her I said that. Okay. Y'all go show her some love. Tell her you miss her. Y'all miss her. Don't lie, dude. I'm barely hanging on to this thing over here. Okay, I'm gonna put this slide back on. Oh no. Usually I'm getting yelled at and I usually yell back.
Who yelled at you?
Usually my co-host, Angela.
She would never.
No, I
would
mean
never
like
do
snarky,
that.
Fun little bits we do online. Okay, we're back.
She is a kind woman. What are you talking about? She's a patient woman.
Of course. I am mad.
Mr. McClelland. Mr. McClelland is not an expert and attempts here to testify as if he were one. Parentheses. This pleading is not his first attempt.
Yeah, so this is something I wanted to go into really quick. Hey, like people are saying, well, there's no real harm because of this Google search, right? Well, that they presented at a trial, like they got to cross-examine him, right?
Can you imagine if the defense tried to do that with literally anything?
Oh, it would have been.
It would have broken the internet. It would have broken the courtroom. There would have
Nick
been.
would have said,
"That's fucking illegal."
He would have had a little hissy fit. It would have been all bad.
It would have been all bad.
Yeah, it's just not. I forgot we had that one back there.
I've never seen myself drink out of a straw before. It's not cute, by the way. It's just
oh god.
But like the suck was kind of cute. And then like I got like a big mouthful of liquid and was like and
I cut that part out, don't worry.
I was like, I shouldn't ever everybody right now go record yourself drinking out of a straw and just make sure you're not doing something stupid like that too.
Well, except for real manly men, they don't drink out of straws. So
yeah, like I was today years old when I learned how ridiculous I looked drinking out of a straw.
Oh, it's not too bad. But what I was gonna say is, what would have happened if they would have tried this? It was just some outrage.
15-year-old thugs out there.
You fucking Luttra would have been. You tell me when I was the prosecutor of Grant County, this wouldn't have flown where I'm from. Yeah. Anyway, so they say they act like this whole Google search thing, like because they get to cross-examine him and dunk on dipshit Cecil for doing that it like made everything fair, right? But it really doesn't, because what it did was it gave the jurors an explanation where there wasn't an explanation before. No matter how ridiculous it was, it's a simple thing. They go, oh, there was water damage. They don't go back in their brain and say, well, does that make sense? Because they said there's no water damage before.
There was an explanation, and this is where I get really irritated, and I'm glad they called it out. Really annoyed that Nick is always trying to discredit his own evidence. You have Celebrite, Magnet, Axiom, all these super high-tech, like widely used, game-changing cell phone forensic companies that you've used to do these extractions on this phone. And this is what the data says. You have data, you have a printout. It tells you exactly what happened and at what time that happened. And you cherry picked one event that you didn't like, and you theorized about what could have happened. You theorized about what could have happened to make this data point incorrect. That's not how this works, though. That's not how any of this works. If you're going to cherry pick things like that in your own discovery, in your own evidence, and your own investigation from the phone, then you just open the door wide open for us to do that with all of the other data points we know about. Unfortunately, we get called conspiracy theorists when we do that. Nick, are you a conspiracy theorist? Because your cell phone extractions told you what happened. And then you said maybe it was dirt.
Well, I mean, he charged this guy with fucking felony murder, which like kind of is a conspiracy.
I mean, it kind of is.
You got a conspiracy to like commit an underlying crime. You conspired to do an underlying crime, and then a murder.
The defense.
The defense. Yeah, I do want to hold a sign up that has a D in offense every time you say it. I love it.
Defense.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that feels a little conspiracy theorist to me, to look at data on your phone extraction, to shitloads of data. I'm sure this extraction is just, how many pages long do you think it is? 80, 90, 1,000?
3 pages.
Yeah. I'm sure it's just like
we lost all the other shit.
A massive report of all the raw data. And you're like, let's think of a different explanation for this one right here. Water, dirt. In the hallway. Cecil didn't even say which website he looked up. He didn't even say what website he saw this on. He just said a Google search. Was it like the AI generated response? Was it like the first hit you got? Was it Wikipedia? Was it like the Quora.com?
Yeah,
was it?
You did a Quora. You're gonna literally give Eli's fucking heart attack because she's been trying to figure this out.
Was it
every
Reddit?
time I talk to her, she's like, "Hey, motherfucker, did you figure out what website he Googled? Go figure it out." Like, it's kind of weird. She didn't, like, no one said, what was the URL of the website? Can we enter the website you're talking about in evidence? Did you lie? Does this website exist? He said, no,
Google.
I Googled it. It was a fucking thing. I don't know.
It's like he didn't even click the website and read an article. He just like saw like a search hit result.
Uncool,
Like,
dude.
Does Cecil know that like the internet can say anything?
Oh my God, it's Angela.
Holy shit, she's out of the crack.
Everybody, show some love, dude. That's not me talking in the chat.
Ma, do you want to come on? Can you? I mean, you probably can't. Do
Are
this
you
video
inviting
if
her
you're-
on, dude?
Yeah.
Did she got a sat phone?
Can you
You
block
got the
her?
sat phone?
Can you block her from coming on? No. Can she? I don't know.
I paid those rescuers to fucking shoot a flare at her encampment, but I guess it didn't work.
Have you ever seen the video of when somebody is getting rescued out of rocks in a helicopter and their thing starts spinning really fast? Their stretcher's like hanging down from the helicopter.
Yeah.
and it starts spinning and then just scrambles their brain for 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's what happened to me. It's a stretcher, spinning stretcher incident. Actually,
What a
it kind of helped me out a little
coincidence.
bit because I got caught in a merry-go-round when I was 6 years old for about 35 seconds, and it really fucked me up. And then finally, when I got stuck in that stretcher, and it kind of unwound me the other way, you know?
So if you're old enough to remember merry-go-rounds, what do you mean a merry-go-round, first of all? Are you talking about a carousel? Or are you talking about those things on the playground that you had to manually spin?
Because
if you're old enough to remember that, if you're old enough to remember those, you should be old enough to remember
it was
developing photo film.
I didn't know that was going to say all that. My bad. It was more directed towards me, not answering the merry-go-round question. Yeah, I don't remember that.
Anyways,
next, allegations. All the allegations above, based on facts outside of the record, affidavits or verification are crucial to the state's response because the absence of supporting affidavits or verification, Mr. McClellan violates trial rule 59 H2. Dude, H2 Hummer, one of my favorite vehicles of all time, dude. You know what I'm saying? Okay, man, my bad. I gotta focus.
What?
I gotta focus.
All right, let's get out. We'll go. What? Huh?
I'm going.
Did you say something?
I didn't say anything except for, in addition to alleging the facts outside of the record of this case without supporting affidavits for verification. I read that part. Mr. McLean says the statute covering safekeeping orders in Indiana does not require the court to have a hearing to make this determination. The courts can make this determination based on the motion alone. He repeats this assertion on page 3, saying that Judge Diener was within the jurisdiction of the statute to make a ruling on a safekeeping motion without a hearing. Thoughts? You're a real safekeeping head. You're into safekeeping. This is the fucking safekeeping experts channel, but they're in fucking Moab doing a seance or some shit. So we don't know. Do you remember?
No.
Okay, good, perfect.
There was a horse. There's been a horse. There's been calf high socks. There's been heaters at nighttime.
Oh.
She doesn't like that, by the way.
Nighttime heaters? Oh yeah, the heat.
She doesn't like it.
Right. She's already really kind of runs kind of hot, temperature wise, so she's always kind of steaming like a pot.
Yes. But she suffers for those she loves. So
it is in safekeeping with the Mormons. Yes. Safekeeping far the fuck away from this Delphi shit. It's about the safest place you can be. Okay, but this cannot be so because, as set out in Mr. Allen's verified bullshit correct error on page 6, under the next section, this section mentioned, Mr. Allen had an absolute right to refuse to transfer. But how would he know that? You know what I mean?
I really did like this part. I liked the receipts. I like the screenshots of the receipts.
Oh,
that adds a little it adds a little pizzazz to it.
Do you think we got the fun one yet?
I haven't even read the fun one. Okay, let's fly through this because I need to know what's in there now.
Oops, sorry about
Let's
that.
fly through
Okay,
this.
next one. Okay, Lays and Bees had 1 second.
All rights reserved to Mindchalk. By appearing in this video, one total liaison bee does not grant us permission to use his likeness and other promotional materials, and no compensation is provided. And all rights remain with Mindchalk. Also fuck Jerry Holman and also fuck Nicholas McClellan. Also free Rick.
Yep. Every time we mention a liaison bee, He could not have, of course. Mr. McClellan's interpretation, for lack of a better word, of the statute is completely unsupportable. It cannot be supported. It is without the ability to have support added to it. United States v. Chronic. I think the Supreme Court spelled chronic wrong, according to Nick. Nick's like, no, the Supreme Court got it wrong, dude. The state's motion does not explain how there was even any evidence before the judge Sheener from in which he could make a factual finding without a hearing to support his safekeeping order, because then Sheriff Liaison B, his motion was unverified. Page 2 and 3 of the response, without denying that he knew Mr. Allen was represented by Brett Gibson, Mr. $5,000 himself, Mr. McClellan attempts to make much of Mr. Gibson not having filed an appearance for Mr. Allen. On page 3, for example, the state's response says, as of the filing motion for safekeeping, the defendant did not have an attorney of record. That's the fucking point. And also, like, can you not have an attorney?
That's what we've been saying, Nick.
Yeah, thanks, Nick. Can you not have it? Like, you can just have an attorney, dog. Like, you don't need, I said attorney, dog. You don't need to have a fucking criminal case number. You could just not talk to the cops and tell them to talk to your attorney.
Stupid. This complaint should strike the court as odd because Mr. McClellan appeared at Mr. Allen's initial hearing and filed the state's verified request to prohibit public access, blah, blah, blah. But Mr. McClellan did not file his own appearance in this case until the next day, almost a month after he initiated the case. It's apparently enough that everyone knew for a month that he represented the state without having to file an appearance. But it's insufficient for him and the sheriff, at the very least, to have known Mr. Allen was represented by Mr. Gibson, because Mr. Gibson didn't file an appearance in a case file that didn't fucking exist yet. And this is where I get like a little flavor. I shouldn't say flavor. That's weird. That's gross, right? Flavor.
No, it's
where
fine.
I get like a little. It's where I get Osbrook spice right here. A somewhat worn saying about glass houses should come to mind. Like I just hear him saying that.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Kind of felt a little pizzazz yourself.
I did.
Do a pizzazz. Yeah, Mr. McClellan did not even file his own fucking shitty appearance. In this case, until the next day, almost a month after he initiated the case. Yeah, you started the case, bro. No takesies, backsies. People getting attorneys. Insufficient for Mr. McClellan, then Sheriff Liaison B, at the very least, to have known Mr. Allen was represented by Mr. Gibson, regardless if he filed an appearance or not. A somewhat worn saying about glass houses should come to mind. I don't think much has come to mind to this judge, but we'll continue.
Are you old enough to know that? Are you old enough to know that saying?
About the glass houses or whatever?
Yeah, like you shouldn't throw glass in houses because it makes you.
I didn't play with stones growing up. We had fidget spinners. I think the saying was no throwing fidget spinners in a glass house, but I get it.
Oh, my kids loved fidget spinners. I'm going to binge you straight over my knee one of these days. I swear to God.
Hey, bitch, you won't. Page 6, Van Video, is the form of a YouTube video link. I think YouTube is fine, personally. I seen the video on there. I think the court can see the video on there. I think it's demonetized, and I think he's making any money off of it. I think that's fine. The web link was provided in Mr. Allen's motion to correct error simply for the ease of viewing for the parties. Okay, that's neat. That's nice. That's cool. That's legal. LG's cell phone stopped moving at 2:32 p.m. Here we're getting into the Nuape. Is how you say it? Nupewe.
I think based on the captions trying to correct Andrea Burkhart to Napoli.
Yeah, I think that's where she is in Chile.
It's Napui.
Napui.
Maybe. I mean, it doesn't look like it should be pronounced like that at all, right?
Well, this is Your Honor is saying it's Napu.
Well, why was her caption saying Napoli?
Beats me, dude.
Maybe it's Nappy?
Yeah,
Yes.
Napu.
I don't want to spend too much time on it. If you don't... Oh, okay.
I don't want to spend too much time in it. Oh, yeah, okay. Michael said it. Fine.
Napu. Okay, good to know.
Napu. I
Because
thought
I
that
would
was
have... So, I mean, my Texan pronunciation was closer than Napoli. It was Napu.
Napupu head.
I'm going to stick with... So that's a very important one. So occasionally I just try to do like a learn something new today. And when I see these filings that have all these cases cited, you know, per this case and per that case, you know, usually these are what's called precedent cases, which means it was, you know, something brought before, you know, a very high court, usually SCOTUS or some other, you know, a very high court. And it addressed a subject that then became like the standard for what we do and how we handle similar situations going forward. Sometimes these cases that are cited are from the 40s and the 50s and, you know, all that stuff. So this one was one I looked up because the defense in their motion to correct cited it many times across 3 entire pages of that filing. And so I was like, okay, I want to read this for myself. So I did. I pulled it up on Justia. I read the Supreme Court of the United States opinion word for word, the whole thing. And it's really, 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 yes, while almost older than dirt, it's actually really interesting. So I would recommend, I mean, I could try to summarize it for you, but I'm going to do a shit job. I put some stuff on Twitter, just some quotes from the opinion that I thought were really cool. But I would suggest everybody, even if you get like zonked out at law filings, to go to Justia and look up Napu v. Was it Illinois? Is that like the official title? I think it's Illinois.
Oh no, it is Illinois, isn't it?
And just read it because it's kind of
Illinois.
like it's like to me in my mind, it's in the same sphere as Brady, which, you know, most people are very familiar with. But it's not about withholding evidence. It's about allowing false evidence or false testimony to be presented. But the thing about it that's really unique is like the little clause in there about the prosecutor either knew or he should have known. So he can't, it's not enough for the prosecutor to claim, well, I didn't know. I never saw that evidence. That wasn't something I touched. It wasn't relevant to me. It wasn't relevant to this case. There's tons of discovery. There's tons of evidence in here. But no, when you're bringing up a witness to testify, that's going to be a major witness for this bullshit story, this bullshit fairy tale of a crime flow that you're intending on presenting. No, you should know. You definitely should know. This is your discovery. And the duty is on the state. The duty is not on the defense. The duty is not on them. They don't have to, just because they have access to the same discovery that Nick did, it's not their job to correct it or throw a flag or call it out at trial. That's actually not their job. And it is the job of the state. So when you dig into that case and really read it, it's interesting. And there's a reason the defense cited that case across multiple pages in their motion to correct. And there's a very good reason Nick did not mention it whatsoever in his response.
Interesting.
It was not mentioned. That word was not there. He responded to Chronic. He responded to all kinds of other cases that were cited. He put in plenty of his own for what he was trying to say. He put on like the blinders for Napu. Which tells me it is, in fact, extremely important.
Yeah, I think I've seen a case one time that it was where it cited where the prosecutor didn't disclose that there was a deal, like a plea for somebody that was actually a witness that was like
they're kind of like incentivized.
Testifying. Yeah, and that's a really easy one because then they ended up getting a deal, and the prosecutor knew that they were going to give them leniency, but the defense asked them on a stand, and they didn't disclose it, or they didn't disclose it ahead of time. It seems like a maybe an easier or more common issue than it is here, but that would be interesting if maybe that was something that Weber, because a lot of people wondered why Weber would change his story.
I wondered for sure, what was in this for him?
Well, I've seen that in chat a lot, and I think that I think for him being maybe a suspect or having some pressure on him early on, they gave him an out with what they wanted him to say in the beginning that made the most sense. So he went with it. He just said, "Yeah, I don't remember. That sounds about right." But he seems them leaning to needing it to be around 12:30 or 2:30, and then he's just going to be like, okay, well, I didn't really remember exactly what I said the first time, but because there was all of this pressure on me the first time, I don't want to relive that shit. So I'll just say that, yeah, maybe it was around 2:30 and not really examine it, and like really push back, because at the end of the day, if they're telling him that the defense is going to make him look like he did it, and he knows what this town is capable of when there's a suspect in this case, like they fucking all turn their back on Ricky for the most part. At least that seems like, except for a couple good people. I mean, imagine what they would do to fucking Brad Weber if they thought he did it.
I mean, the difference is Brad Weber was tipped in 1,000,000 times and Richard Allen never was.
No, Richard Allen was tipped in by himself.
He wasn't even tipped in.
Right.
Real
But
quick, let me just sidebar over here real quick, just as a note. The wording that he was cleared or somebody cleared him, blah, blah, blah. He wasn't a suspect. He wasn't a person of interest. He was one of a bazillion people that gave a report to the police. It would be like if any of y'all at any point in time ever submitted a tip or called the tip line or emailed the tip line to share some piece of information that you thought might be relevant to them, you don't have to be cleared. No, whoever did that, whoever called the tip line, whoever emailed the Abby and Libby tip line, you don't have to be cleared. Your tip, your report has to be cleared.
Well, they got to catch up to.
There's a difference there. There's a difference in those things. So nobody cleared Rick because Rick wasn't a suspect. He wasn't investigated as a suspect because they had no reason to investigate him as a suspect.
Anyways, that guy with the van.
Yeah, there he is. Brad Weber just left. Brad Weber, how'd it go? Brad Weber, did you do it? Brad Weber, did you do it?
That looks exactly like him.
I need the sugar water. Pour all the sugar in the water.
That looks exactly like him.
You know what I hated about that scene in the
Lana
movie Men in
is
Black?
so fucking unhinged.
I know she is. It's amazing. Is they put the
Nothing-
sugar water. Oh, go ahead. I was going to talk about my analysis of this Men in Black scene, but go ahead.
No, that's it. That's all I had to say.
Don't put the sugar water in a coffee cup. I don't like that. It's kind of weird. Creep me out for some
What?
reason.
Sugar
put
water.
Yeah, the movie Men in Black. It's a motion picture from I think when I was
I've
1
seen
years
it.
old.
I've seen it.
It had the old Fresh Prince on there. Okay, unplug the fucking cell phone, whatever the fuck. Fucking who cares? Fucking headphones. Yup. He didn't fucking do it. We all know that. Totally ACB's fucking loaf. It doesn't pay attention to anything going on around him.
Right. So
except
he
for
did
when
a
he's
lie.
gonna-
He included included an affidavit, the one affidavit he obtained in his response.
Oh, nice.
From Leesenby, and he did a lie.
Let's walk through this. I'm going to be Q and you could be A. And so the court. And
We'll
so tell the court.
go back to what he claimed. Go back to what Nick's response to the motion to correct claimed.
Okay, the motion to correct a claim. Finally, one affidavit Mr. McLean does have supporting the state's response. The state's Exhibit 5, executed by Tobe Liaisonby. The problem with that is Tobe Liaisonby's affidavit directly contradicts at least twice his sworn testimony at the safekeeping hearing. Whoa, wait a second. And that Mr. Allen was transferred to White County Jail. Oh, sorry. Safekeeping hearing held. First, his affidavit says that Mr. Allen was transferred to the White County Jail on October 28, 2022 because of overcrowding of the Carroll County Jail. Can you overcrowd the Carroll County Jail? There's 5 fucking cells.
That's what his recent affidavit. So the affidavit that was filed a week ago.
Oh, you bullshitting.
It said he was moved to White County because of overcrowding at Carroll County Jail. This is new information because we've never heard this before. Maybe at trial we heard it. But this is what the sheriff says now, like a week ago, for why he transferred Rick to White County right after his arrest. Unfortunately, in June 2023, he testified something different. Okay, do you want to do your reenactment now?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Yeah. Am I Q?
I'm gonna be Q. I'll be Q.
Okay.
And so tell the court what arrangements you made to have him placed in White County.
Just a matter of simply having direct communication with Sheriff Bill Brooks, explaining my concerns of potential safety and security of our facility, and asking if he could temporarily hold Mr. Allen for us.
You're a liar. You fucking liar. Oh, no, that's a different part. Okay. And were you confident that Mr. Brooks and his facility was adequate to hold him on a temporary basis?
At that time, yes.
Okay, thanks, everybody.
So I'm seeing words about safety and security, not overcrowding.
Yeah, there's not a word about it according to this.
Not a word.
In his affidavit, Liaisonby also said that Judge Diener at no time gave me legal advice on the motion pertaining to safekeeping. In the first instance, Liaisonby is not competent to say whether Judge Diener gave him legal Richard Allen motion advice. In the second, Liaisonby unambiguously said Judge Diener adjusted the language in
The language? The language?
Sheriff Liang. All right. And this is the motion that I've just alluded to that was filed by you, signed by you, and filed back in November 2022.
Yes, sir.
Did you draft this motion yourself, big boy?
No, actually, I had presented a similar one, request, I should say, to the court. The court is the judge. And as I recall, the judge, had actually come up or provided this particular document. The fucking judge gave you a document. What world is this?
He's giving out docs, dude. Okay, so let me see if I can ask a more direct question. Are you fucking stupid? Did you prepare that motion in your office on a computer, essentially?
I'm fucking stupid, and I did prepare a similar motion to this. Again, the wording was adjusted by the court.
Does this dude not know what adjusting wording means? Like, did he hit a fucking adjust wording button and that was it? No, dude, he fucking rewrote it.
DB's laughing because he just realized he's gonna clip me saying, I am fucking stupid. He just realized he's gonna clip me saying that.
Oh, actually, I was gonna clip you saying yes, sir, but we'll talk about it later. Okay, so Diener also asked Liaison B to sign the safekeeping motion, which Liaison B did. Wait, the judge ordered him basically to sign it. Can you sign it? Will you sign it? Is this what you're saying, sir? Ex parte. Adjusting the wording of a motion to be filed in a court and which you would be ruling on obviously constituted both reviewing and drafting a document, which Indiana judicial conduct rule prohibits, except when done for family members. Are they family, though? This is an interesting thing. They're all fucking related, right?
No.
In some way. The Lieberts, That'd be funny if they try to pull that out. What kind of a cartoon fucking mock-up trial would that be? If
Don't give them any ideas.
Well, they're like, have you looked at the Ancestry.com affidavit I submitted to you? That his lawyer advised.
That's my brother, uncle.
Mr. McClellan solicited a lot more than an opinion from Liaison B and an affidavit saying Judge Diener had not given Liaison B legal advice when Mr. McClellan knew or should have Richard Allen motion. No.
Why are we calling it legal advice though? Like he quite literally authored the motion that he, as the judge, was going to then sign.
Maelstrom. He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna have a maelstrom."
He was like, shield me from this storm.
Is that like when they like send you a lot of mail? I don't want a lot of mail, dude. It's just me and this fucking person I can't stand over here that sucks at their job. He's like, dude, my bailiffs are stupid as fuck. They're not gonna be able to handle this. Like, dude, it's a little unhinged to say that in the filing, bro. Anyways, it is not at all different from
in some. Fuck you, Nick, you idiot. You big stupid mustachioed idiot. Fuck you.
He's still rocking the mustache, huh? Let it go, dude. It's over. Your lip is what it is. In sum, the violation of the H2 rule, the crucial facts on which the state's response depends are outside of the record. In conclusion, go fetch me a pail of water, you fucking clown. For all these reasons, the court should order the state's response stricken from the record. All rise. The court is in session. This is the Honorable Court of. Never mind. I'm gonna cut that bit out for next time. I'm gonna pull this other motion up here. In the meantime,
hey, can you Hey, can you dazzle the people while I go tinkle real quick?
Yeah, go do your thing.
I need to get a refill and I need to tinkle.
Yeah, do it.
You've been waiting for this moment, haven't you? You're like,
well, if it's just me, the views are going to go down. If it's just me, the views are going to go down. That is.
Are you kidding me? They're
that
only
is established.
Here for you. They're only here for you.
Go ahead, walk, Boone.
I'm gonna
Take Boone for a walk.
I'm gonna listen to you while I'm on the toilet, though, just so you know.
Yep.
Okay.
Just make sure you're muted. Dismissed. They plummet, dude. They really do. It's not great. Yellow hasn't read this one, right? Okay, I'm gonna read it all while she's gone, and we're not gonna get any reaction. Can you impeach Judge Gall? She is the great overlord. She is above impeachment. My bailiff's a fucking idiot, dude. Leave that bailiff alone, Judge Diener. That bailiff probably makes $16 an hour and doesn't have health insurance. Come on, dude. I'd like to point out this is not me on Angela's account. This is not me on Angela's account. Thank you. What it be, G? Sup? 7 landscape? 7 landscape? Mar says hi, 7. Hi, Truth Seeker. I love you too. I love all of you. Please, everybody, put me an LOL in the chat so I don't feel so alone. DB, gross. What I do now? What's gross? No, I fussy. I fucking seriously wasn't, guys. I can't even type. Guys, I don't even have fingers. I only have my mouth, and I can only speak. Dick hands. It is really funny seeing Dick hands on the fucking chat, dude. DB really does look forward to these moments of unsupervised time with us all. I mean, it is like kind of unsupervised, but you know, Boone is always listening on the walk. So we know Boone's listening. And we also know that the new information that we're finding out more about.
Ron Logan confessed.
Love that bitch.
Okay, bitch.
Yep. Oh, yeah, you're back.
I was so nervous that I wasn't muted.
Oh, I would be too.
I did like a rocket pee, and I was like, God, they can
Damn.
hear me. Like they can all hear me, can't they?
Did you see this? This just came out the other day.
What?
Shit.
Is that a deep fake?
No, that's actually
Anthony Rene.
shit. Okay. There's another motion, and I'm not just talking about the ocean.
Have you read it?
Yeah, I've been on Reddit. I don't go on Delphi trial.
Have you read it?
Oh yeah. I mean, I put it into ChatGPT and had it read it to me out loud, but yeah.
Did you? I haven't. I scanned through the first page, but I haven't absorbed it yet.
Is this it right here?
Yeah. Defendant's verified motion to preserve and produce specific evidence comes before the court. He states the following. On February 12th, that was 2 days ago, right?
Yeah, unless you're in Australia, but yeah.
Defense daddy, Andrew Baldwin, met with inmate Reese Davis at the Newcastle Correctional Facility. That's very interesting. During their meeting, Mr. Davis informed Baldwin of the following. He, Reese, was in unique position of having met both Kegan Kline and Ron Logan during their stays at Newcasastle. He talked with Ron Logan about...
he met with...
Kegan Kline!
Okay, well.
Fuck that guy.
You're not a Kegan Kline fan?
Oh, God. I just want him to go away.
I think he was wrong. I'm just kidding.
Ugh. He talked with Ron Logan about the Delphi murders on multiple occasions. Over the course of time, Logan confessed to him his involvement in the murders, along with 2 other people. During those conversations, Logan provided certain details of the crime that only the actual killer would know, but never divulged who the other 2 people involved in the murders were. In or around March 2024, Big Fat Pedo was placed in the same general area as Reese Davis, and at some point apparently learned that Reese had talked to Ron Logan while Logan was in Newcastle. Logan was only in Newcastle for a few months, right? Like late 17 to January 2018 or something. Maybe mid 2017. Okay.
But he didn't do all this time, so I might be wrong.
Yeah, because he was like sentenced around April or May.
True.
And then his sentence was modified in January the next year. So whatever. It doesn't matter. Over time, Kline began questioning Reese as to Reese Davis's conversations with Ron Logan. Like, why? Why, dude? And whether Logan had ever mentioned his name to Reese Davis during those conversations.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm going to the next step.
If you just like roll that thing.
I've got a lot of windows open, okay? I'm scared. The only window I don't have it open is the one in this fucking room. It's hot in here. Sweat.
It's so cold. I'm so cold. Everything's cold. Reese began to realize that Kline may have been one of the other members of the crew that Logan described as being involved in the murders. Over time, Kline began to reveal information about the Delphi murders that corroborated details Ron Logan had revealed several years earlier. Some of the details Kline provided to Reese are the types of details that could only be known to someone involved in the killings. Okay, so what's interesting about this is y'all are getting to hear me read this to myself for the first time because I'll have thoughts along the way. And I would like to, when I see stuff like this, it reminds me about in trial, how we learned that in Rick's interrogation before he was arrested, Holman slapped down crime scene pictures in front of Rick and then left the room for a little while. So these coveted, sacred crime scene photos that shouldn't be seen by anyone ever for all of eternity. Plus, you know, at that point in time, you haven't arrested anybody for this crime. So you're trying to keep all the details close to the vest. He seems to have a habit of just slapping down crime scene photographs in front of people he's interrogating and then walking out and leaving the room. So in my mind, I'm thinking, did they do that with Kegan at some point in time?
Yo, hey, R&M Produce. Dude, she don't fucking miss, bro. She put all the fucking produce in her fucking... Oh, dude, she's opening the produce stand in the Mojave Desert, I think. Okay, what I was saying, what I want to say about this is a lot of people say, well, I don't think Kegan is involved, or I don't think Reese really heard this from Kegan, or I don't see how Ron Logan fits in this. This is not an argument of actual innocence or actually who did the crime, right?
No, it's not.
Saying this dude, Nicholas Dickless, fucking held on to this shit and didn't turn over the defense. Right?
That is the point of all of this. So us as cranks, part of us wants to read this as juicy info we've never heard before about, you know, who really committed this crime, who all was involved. Like we want to consume these kinds of filings as internet sleuths. But that's not actually what Andrew Baldwin has admitted this filing for. It has to do with what you said a lot more eloquently than I usually do. That this stuff is relevant to how the trial played out and how a man got convicted because of evidence that wasn't allowed in, that the jury wasn't allowed to hear. So that's what this is about, right?
That's what I hear, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if there's 8 letters that weren't turned over to him, let's just say I've read this far into this filing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, what the fuck? They should have turned this shit over. And do you really think Andy Baldwin is going to put this in motion if he didn't believe this? If he didn't have credible information? No. He's going to have some type of evidence, some type of something.
Oh, you mean
Not
he's
just-
not? You mean he's not just a liar?
Yeah, I don't think he's a liar, dude.
That's interesting. Yeah, I don't think so either. The conversations between Reese and Kegan Kline occurred all the way up to the guilty verdict, at which time Kline expressed his relief that he would no longer be a viable suspect in the murders due to Richard Allen's conviction. Not knowing whether Richard Allen could be the third person involved in the murders, Reese asked Kegan whether Mr. Allen was the third person involved in the murders. Kline replied that Richard Allen was not the third person and had nothing to do with the murders. Well, finally, something Kegan Kline and I agree on. Kegan Kline further revealed to Reese that he, Kline, and Logan knew each other through the sharing of child pornography, and that they shared on burner phones, and that further they would see each other every 3 to 6 months so that Kline could assist Logan with using the burner phones because Logan was inept working with electronic devices. Kegan Kline is a compulsive liar, first of all. I don't doubt for a second that Reese Davis is truthfully and completely transparently relaying what Kegan Kline said to him and what Ron Logan said to him. I don't doubt that for a second.
Yeah. And people...
I'm remaining skeptical about anything anybody has said to him.
This is a morose topic, but the reality is, in this criminal, I don't want to say criminal underworld because it's kind of said a little bit flippantly, but like this CSAM is a criminal underworld, right? It sounds fucked up, but I mean, what I'm going to say is there are people who produce it and there's people who put it in the marketplace and they put it in the black market. Those people are not always the same person. So there's plenty of literature, articles, law reviews, case reviews you can read about there or read out there about it. I don't think, I want to get too descriptive about how it works, but I mean, this is not a set of facts that's 100% never happened. Like, there are people who exist to take some type of media and put it online that are relaying it and selling it or trading it or whatever. Whether you want to believe that this is what actually happened, it's still, something that does happen.
This does happen.
Yeah. And it would be, they would have, like, Kegan is providing something to him that he needs to get more of what he needs in return, which is more. It's fucked up. It's horrible to talk about, but it's really not out of the realm of possibility. And that's about as non-descriptive as I can explain that, I think. But he believes that he sent 8 letters to McClelland's office. They're going to call these the Davis letters.
Nice.
Wait, did we skip that paragraph? Revealing his role in the murders.
That's okay. We can go to M.
Okay. M. And presumed that McClelland was sharing the contents of those letters with Richard Allen's defense team. Right, because, he's been in the prison a while. He's had appeals. He's looked at other people's appeals. Reese's been there, done that. And unfortunately, he's probably had to learn a lot about the legal process that he probably shouldn't have had to learn.
Right.
Y'all know my thoughts about Reese Davis' case. Baldwin met with Reese on March 27, 2024. What the fuck else was going on around March 27th or 27th, guys?
So fucking much.
A lot of shit, right?
That was contempt llama drama, right?
Yeah. So when did fucking talk about when did Dickless McClentis say that he didn't want to talk to them on the phone anymore or email with the defense anymore?
It was around that time.
I think so, right? Maybe they were asking for some of these letters, and he was saying, "Leave me alone. Don't call here anymore. Get up out of here." I don't know. I would like to see where that, like, if
well, it's kind of like Todd Click sent stuff, inquiries and communications to the state, and eventually had to go take it to the defense himself because he realized, because he realized, oh, the actual investigators didn't give a shit about the work I did.
Right. No, I agree. They asked for the video interview on March 28th, right? They asked for the video interview on March 28th, right? I mean, you would have to imagine, right? When all that other fuck shit was going on, a huge distraction. Why not thin him out a little bit? Get him ducking and jabbing during a contempt hearing when all this other shit's going on. Distraction, if you will. Yeah, so Reese Davis, March 27, 2024, and learned very limited information from Reese, who encouraged Baldwin to watch the videotaped interview law enforcement conducted years earlier. So, I mean, that could be these alleged horribly failed polygraph examination interviews, right? Nick is like, don't look at me. Don't email me. I can't even email. He said, I don't even have an email server. I have a .com.
I'm not even talking to you anymore.
Yeah. So at the 20...
Oh, yes. What happened 2 days ago?
Fucking 2 days ago, Reese further admitted that when Attorney Baldwin met with Reese Davis on March 27th, that Reese Davis, did not provide all the details that he knew at the time of the Attorney Baldwin for two reasons. He had not yet heard of the many details that Kegan Kline ultimately provided to him, including that Kegan Kline was involved in the crime that Kegan Kline, knew Ron Logan. Okay, does this make sense? A lot of people say, well, why would he say that? Why would he go up to Reese Davis and tell him? Who fucking cares? They hid this shit.
Like, why?
Who fucking cares? Is this real? Did he really say this? Did he really send a letter including this? Yes, that fucking matters. But let's just take that away for right now. Y'all know where Kegan Kline is? What facility is Kegan Kline in?
Newcastle.
Where was he before? Pendleton.
Werbush? Pendleton? I don't know.
He was in Warbash too. He was in the Werbash. He's in Newcastle.
Just ship his
where is
all over the state.
One
where in the
Reese
world
Davis?
Is
where in the world is Reese Davis?
Newcastle.
Miami.
He's in Miami?
No, he's in Newcastle. I was just saying that earlier in chat. You think Reese Davis is in Newcastle?
Yeah, he was.
You think that?
I mean, I can.
Because you're right. He is in Newcastle.
Okay.
Right? You can look it up.
Yeah, you could look it up.
I can look it up. Go to Google. Type in Indiana incarcerated inmate search. Type in Kegan Kline. Type in Reese Davis. If it matches, if they both say Newcastle Annex, that means they're in the same prison. Now, what is Newcastle? Newcastle. DB, don't talk to the Yellow Jacket like that. That's okay. This isn't like a regular stream. Okay, I can't degrade Yellow Jacket.
This is like a cool stream. No, I like that kind of thing actually.
Yeah. Do a socks and shoes. Okay, I'm gonna go get my good pants. I'm gonna go get the ones with the pleats. So they're in the same spot, right? And people would say, well, he's he's a cho.
God damn it. DB.
What?
Get a hold of yourself.
What am I holding?
Where are we? Oh?
No, I'm explaining the connection.
Oh,
So
I
they're
didn't know
both
okay.
they're both in Newcastle, right? But Newcastle is primarily held. It's primarily consists of yards that have people that are protective custody. There's a lot of SOs there, right? And there are a
Sorry,
lot of
I've opened up the chat. I'm looking at the chat now.
Oh, dude, it'll kill you.
It's
The
good.
chat will get you. Yeah, it's fucking
It's really
fire
good.
every time. Every time. They don't miss. Like sometimes Angela's like, well, not really Angela's just, sometimes the viewers are a little bit low. Sometimes.
This is fun with Angela in the chat, just clowning
It
on
is.
your ass. This is hilarious.
Yeah, I deserve all this. So the chat though, we had 209 people in here. 209 heavy hitters, dude. 209 fucking jokesters that all come with fire. Anyways, but this protective custody yard, right? Yeah, everybody shit on me, dude. I fucking deserve it, dude. Bring it on. Say I jump around too much. Say too much. Come on, let's go, motherfucker. Kline is in Newcastle.
What's killing me is your picture tonight. It's just it's like the Sears photo, like gazing off into the distance.
Is it?
It's like
that's D. Brady.
All right, go on, Zaddy. Let's go. Let's get through
Here,
this.
I got one for you. How about this guy? No, I don't want to do that.
You have to.
We're gonna go to Newcastle.
She got the cap. She put the caps lock on TB.
Oh, dude. You sound ridiculous. Get a hold of yourself. It is Greg from the Brady Bunch. Thank you. Okay, so they're probably like somewhat around each other. Also, Newcastle, like they have a therapeutic community.
Have you been there?
Huh? Yeah.
Have you been there?
Yeah, dude. I did. I was the fucking shot caller on the PCR, dude. I was the shot caller of all the bitches. Make my bed, motherfucker, or else I'll tell Dr. Walla that you heard Ricky Allen say something bad. Okay, I'll move on. Fucking Attorney Baldwin for two reasons. He knew at the time, Attorney Baldwin, he hadn't yet heard many of the details that Kegan Kline ultimately provided to him, that he was involved in the crime, and he knew Ron Logan. And two, at the time, he met with Anthony Fauci, Attorney Baldwin in 2024. Reese Davis, could not be sure whether Richard Allen was one of the other two people that Ron Logan described also being involved in the murders. Mr. Davis stated that he was guarded during their March 27, 2024 meeting with Baldwin because Davis, did not necessarily want to assist Richard Allen's defense counsel if Richard Allen was one of the three men that Ron Logan said he was involved in the murders. Okay, so some people were saying, like, what does guarded mean? They were saying that maybe they were trying to say that there was guards around him. I just think he meant like he was protecting his information. What do you think?
What letter are you on?
I don't know.
Where does it say guarded?
It's in there somewhere. Let me see. I'll go back up.
Yeah, I think he was like guarding his feels. Like he didn't want to be vulnerable. He didn't know if he didn't want to be taken advantage of. So he was just like guarding his emotions.
Rest in hell, bitch. Yeah, he was being guarded. Reese's really emotional. He's a sensitive guy. And I think he was just, being guarded. Yeah, and I also, there was another channel, Case by Case, that was showing some message allegedly from Reese, and it was saying that he wanted to help Allen, but he doesn't support SOs, as in sex offenders. And I think he was saying that back then, he was saying that he wanted to help, but he didn't know whether he was actually an SO or not. So he didn't want to help. So that kind of corroborates what he's saying here in this.
Hey, real quick.
Yeah. What's up?
Sarita Banana just had a very important. I want you to go back and pin
Sarita
it.
Banana. Oh God, this.
It touched my no, not that one. Well, that's good too. But there was another one.
Sarita's funny as fuck, dude.
It touched my soul because
on this one,
she's right.
Y'all.
First,
just got home from drinking a tall boy in the Home Depot parking lot. That is fire.
So I haven't tried Home Depot. I've done a Walmart. I've done a Walgreens. I've done I just want if y'all have never pounded a tall boy in your car in a parking lot somewhere.
DB.
I mean, I would never do that now or anything, but at some point in time, I have needed to get out of my house for a few minutes. And that'll be the best tall boy. That's the best tall boy you ever had in your life right there.
Yeah, you know what my favorite kind of tall boy to chug is?
What?
Perrier.
Ugh.
Dude, yeah, I'm hardcore.
You ever?
Chug it.
I mean, you ever had a Coors, a Coors Light in a part? Yeah, no.
I don't know.
I'm just kidding. We don't drink Coors here. I just like saying it.
Cares.
We'll get you get a Bud Heavy. You get a Bud Heavy in a big can around here.
No, I get a Perrier. Maybe Perrier Lime.
Try a Bud Heavy. It'll fix you up. Anyways.
Cheers.
Oh, that is a Coors.
That's Nicholas McClentus right there, dude. This motherfucker never had a tall boy in a parking lot because that'd be the chillest thing that dude ever did. And he's not fucking chill, dude.
Not chill.
Okay. Let's get back on topic here. This is a professional institution. Meeting Baldwin. Reese told Baldwin Baldwin could learn the details of what Reese told law enforcement by watching his videotaped interview with that law enforcement officer, should he have in their possession from them that interview. Sometimes years before, at that time, in February 12, 2025 meeting, Reese Davis was shocked to learn that Baldwin had never received this videotaped interview. I mean, this guy is in prison in a maximum security facility, probably. He's seeing some shit, and this guy's fucking shocked. I mean, he must have really thought they.
I mean, is anything in here going to address the? What is it? The something in the room that if Nick responds to this in some way, either in a filing or publicly, it's probably going to be like, what letters? What interview? That doesn't exist. Like he has everything else. That doesn't exist. I'm hoping at some point this filing addresses that.
Well, that's inspiring, Ange.
Okay,
we don't know if this filing can address it because I don't know if we're going to ever finish this filing.
How many pages is it?
Ooh, look at this character, Stacy Dinar. Okay, the next day.
Tough on crime, Stacy.
He emailed Nick McClentus and Stacy Dinar requesting that they turn over law enforcement's videotape interview of Reese Davis, in which Davis presumably provided the details of Ron Logan's confession on videotape. And they said, "You're under contempt hearing. You're contempted." Dude, Ange did an outdoor, and now she's fucking snapping off. Hi, Jake Snyder. To this date, prosecution has never provided any videotape Reese Davis interview to the defense, nor explained why they have not done so, nor have they even stated such video exists. They just ignored the request.
Huh. Ain't that something?
Approximately 8 letters received claims to have been sent to McClentis in this month's leading up to October 2024 trial would contain multiple layers of exculpatory evidence in which the defense could have used to further investigate as to whether certain facts contained in those letters could be verified through crime scene photographs, digital data, and a variety of other means. Well, that's true. And also, they were trying to get this fucking other shit in, this other third-party evidence in. This could have helped them in the 3-day hearings. This could have helped them when...
Yes. If you want to say this stuff isn't relevant to Nick's case, or it's not exculpatory because it doesn't matter for trial, like backtrack all that and go back to the pretrial hearings. And even before that, when the state was well aware of the defense's third-party guilt strategy. I mean, at that point in time, they definitely would have known that not turning this kind of stuff over was a no-no.
That's true. DB, read my comment out loud right fucking now and make sure you say Hyini. Hey, YJDB, come here. Help me get these cactus prickers out of my shiny.
Shiny?
Oh, before that.
What did you just say? Shiny.
Shiny. Yeah, she said family things. She said PPM, for real, for real, for real, for real. She said thanks, DB Shorty. The one before Heiny. Heiny, I'm gonna pee. I'm gonna pee. He said, Heiny. Looking for help. Can I stop reading now? She's told me this. You can. I'm just doing what I'm told over here. Defense counsel has never even seen the Davis letters, nor known of their existence until after trial when the defense counsel met with Mr. Davis just a couple days ago. Also, the prosecutor has never informed the defense counsel of the existence of any such letters. Didn't even email me back, dude. Email us back and just fucking tell us if you ain't got them, dude. Because it'd be a
bitch left me on red.
Yeah, it would be a damn shame if there's some kind of proof or like some kind of like evidence that shows that maybe there was some kind of fucking shit going on.
All right, right here on number 7, missed a really good opportunity to add an S on the end of Mullen.
Oh,
just missed a really good one there.
Okay. Do you think is Andy Baldwin related to? Okay.
Huh?
So I was
to Alec?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. I think that's everybody knows that, right?
I thought so. Okay. McClelland and his in-house investigator, their fucking Barbie house. Anne said that one time they're fucking designing a Barbie house together. I literally fucking punched a hole in my wall. It was so funny. And I have concrete walls. I live in a cell. Davis, these letters to any video recording their possession and interview with Reese Davis, McClelland's response was vague. It was non-responsive to the defense request and did not indicate whether McClentis ever received those letters, nor whether he was sent those letters. He sent them on to the defense. In other words, Nick McClelland never confirmed nor denied the existence of said letters. Neither did he confirm or deny that he drinks Coors Light. The aforementioned Reese Davis letters to defense counsel.
Is there going to be a response to this? Like, I mean, Nick can respond to it. Like, anytime there's a filing, Nick can respond to it, right?
I already know what he's going to file. He's going to file a motion to psych, dude. He's going to say, psych! I didn't really mean to file that response, dude. That response to the motion to correct error, that was a fucking joke. Psych that from the record, dude. Attorney Baldwin sent another email to McClelland asking some pretty straightforward questions. Did you receive multiple letters from Reese Davis?
Hold on. I need to pay attention.
Oh, okay.
Did I tell you I got Valentine's glasses?
Oh.
Do you like that?
Wow.
Angela, is this what it was like when you had your Mothman glasses on? Because this is
There's a lot going on there.
Just terrifying. This is a lot. I like it though. Okay. Read read this to me again, but do it sexier.
Okay. I'll do it like that.
It's really bold with sending other emails.
No. Start over.
Oh, I thought I was having a deviated septum like Nicholas McClentis. Leading up to Richard Allen's. Okay, wait.
This was yesterday, right?
The 13th. If today's the 14th. Today's Valentine's Day.
You're telling me something that happened 24 hours ago. So just
happy Valentine's Day to all the chatters out there, Just wanted to say that, from the bottom of my heart, it's really been a pleasure, having this community and everything. And I know you guys are probably, putting the kids to sleep and, it's been a long day and maybe you didn't get a Valentine's, but I just wanted to say happy Valentine's Day to you guys.
I'll just read it myself.
Go ahead.
On February 13th, this was yesterday, Baldwin sent another email to McClelland. God, I want to see that. I want to see that so bad because I bet it's shitty. Asking straightforward questions. Did you receive multiple letters in the months leading up to Richard Allen's October 24 trial? If so, did you turn those letters over to the defense? These should be questions easily answered and quickly answered. If McClelland never received such letters, he should know that answer immediately, since Richie Davis claims that Richie Davis, sent the letters directly to Nick McClelland. If McClelland did receive such letters, he should know that answer immediately. Furthermore, he should very quickly be able to identify the dates that he sent those letters to the defense and how he sent them. Discovery, email. As of the time of the filing of this document, McClelland has failed to answer these simple, straightforward questions.
Yeah, what if he secreted them into the
Secreted?
filing cabinet?
Secreted?
Yeah, secreted. Or maybe it's pronounced differently in Latin America. I don't know.
Like
the time of this. Oh, it's pronounced.
Secret?
You're supposed to say it's pronounced.
Like he.
Oh, secret Ed.
Like he leaked them. Like he
special.
Like a frog. Like he leaked them in there. Like
just
like with moisture.
Oh, secret Ed.
Yes.
Yo, I'm secret Ed. You know what I'm saying? They don't fucking put a lot of people in that classroom. It was a secret, dude. At the time of his filings of this document, McClelland failed to answer these simple, straightforward questions. The defense has reviewed all e-discovery from March 2024 to present to determine whether the prosecution provided the Davis letters to the defense to determine if those letters were hidden among other discovery. The defense found no such letters penned by Reese Davis addressed to Nick McClentis in e-discovery. That's like Live Leak. Live Leak, aka fucking Jennifer Coffendorfer's Twitter page, dude. Girl, just start a new Live Leak. Stop putting that shit on the internet. God damn. The defense has reviewed all emails during the applicable time frame to determine whether or not McClentis ever forwarded an email. The attached letters Ricky Davis. No such emails exist. Okay, you gotta read, dude. I'm getting fucking wild over here.
The defense requires that the court order McClelland's office, as well as any law enforcement agency, to reserve any letters. So, okay, finally, we're getting into what they are demanding. The court order McClelland's. What's that? What's that? Is that a comment? I swear to God.
Oh, you can see me comment? My bad.
You ever been spanked with a spatula?
Not on Valentine's Day, I don't think.
Oh, Girl.
Okay.
You said you're tired of reading. I was reading, but then you started typing in a comment box, so I couldn't keep reading.
I'm sorry.
Preserve any letters from Reese Davis in their possession and further to turn them over to the defense immediately. The defense similarly requests. Oh my God.
I thought. Okay, listen. Look, both of these sentences, 12 and 13, and with defense immediately. Yes.
All right. It's the same thing. Videotapes. Now you can. Would you scroll already? Shit.
You tell me what you need from me.
The defense is concerned that without an order from the court, the prosecution and or law enforcement may lose the Davis letters. They're going to lose them.
Okay, bitch.
Yeah, okay, bitch. They're already lost. Rest assured. The defense's concern is well-founded based upon law enforcement's history, in this case of losing evidence as documented before during trial, including claiming that they taped over certain important videotape. Where is that filing, by the way? Because that's what I really want to see. I want to see what they have found out from the company that actually owned the lost videos to hear directly. A subpoena dookie, take them. I want to know what they have to say about their product. Anyways.
We love you all.
The defense can produce a witness with admissible evidence that in the months before Mr. Allen's trial, the prosecution received some number of letters. He's got your right to know the existence, had the right to conduct its own investigation. This is true. Conduct depositions that would naturally flow. This is true. This is all very logical. This is all very fair. This is all very lawyerly.
I love lawyerly.
Had the defense known of these letters before trial, it could have used those letters to further its investigation. Present them to this court at the hearing on August 1st and factor the information contained in those letters into his trial strategy.
Seems reasonable.
Had the defense received those letters after the verdict, the defense could have incorporated those letters into its motion to correct error. This is all true, right?
Yeah, it sounds like it. I mean,
this is all very understandable, right?
Yeah, and he's saying preserve the records if they exist, turn them over, preserve any video recordings, put them on YouTube, let us watch them. What do you think? Anyways, the biggest thing I've taken away from this, I think, is
Ron Logan confessed.
Fuck you doing, Ronnie?
That was a jizzy leak for sure.
Done it.
What do you think?
Dude, I think you know what? After all this time, I've really come to think that maybe there's something going on here in this case. You know, I thought it was all good. You know, I thought both sides were playing by the rules, you know, and really there was just an interest in justice in this case. But, you know, this filing right here has got me thinking otherwise. I think, you know what? Maybe we need to take a little bit of a closer look at this whole thing.
And why do you think, why are they still doing this? Because in most other cases, they would just wash their hands of it and let the Court of Appeals handle anything further, and they would move on to their other paying clients, right? Yeah. Do you think this means something to them? Like they still believe in their client? Or do you think this is all still part of the show for their book deal?
Nick's book deal?
Nick's
getting a book deal? You want to know who? Okay, you want to know who's getting a book deal? If anybody, Actually, you know what?
Maybe.
I've heard that somebody's getting a jazzercise exercise Netflix special. This man is gonna be dancing on the motherfuckers on Netflix, dude. He's gonna be doing the let me sneak by you. Okay, then when you do 15 let me sneak by yous, you gotta hit him with that.
One more time. One more time.
One more time. Okay, here we go.
Wait. That
You
was
see a little
new.
spice at the end.
That was new, right?
You know. That's my ex-girlfriend, Sabrina Carpenter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we got a 4-month membership over here. Indy Cindy. Everyone go check out Indy Cindy's channel. She has some pretty motherfucking dope ass shit over there. Shitting on Nick McClentis, which I'm all for. She fucking rules. Check her out. Click her videos. Refresh them 15 times. Put a like on them. Comment. Report anybody that says mean shit. The usual.
Yes, most importantly.
You know what she was holding.
That was a dick.
Whatever your mind.
That was a big old.
Imagine.
It was a big old dick.
Yeah, so I don't think McClentis is getting a book deal, dude. He's got a lot of shit. He's got a lot of stuff going on over here. Did you know that Stacy Diener there with a cigarello in her hand? And the you know, she dresses really well. So she's got this kind of what is this color here that she's wearing? I think this is
She doesn't dress well.
Can I talk to the manager blue here?
She doesn't dress well.
You don't think so? You want to speaking of not dressing well, what the fuck are you wearing, Nick?
It's like
is that a tan?
Is that a Carhartt?
No, this man couldn't wear a Carhartt because if you look at the size of his wrists, he's not cut out for that lifestyle. Dude, look at these wrists. Sir, you're gonna have carpal tunnel syndrome early on in life with your little wrists. I broke both of my wrists drinking water one day. I'll talk about that actually. So what are you guys saying? Ron Logan done it? Yeah. I think some people are talking about Ronnie. There's some buzz around Ronnie. He's hot in the news right now.
Oh, it makes people so mad too.
Dude, biggest comeback since fucking second semester.
Really,
Ronnie Logan.
Truly.
Like, this dude has come from the trenches to come back.
People actually get madder about Ron being brought up than they do the family being blamed. Like, not even being sarcastic. Like, people people hear Ron Logan and just start like fucking hitting their kids, hitting their dogs, like punching their refrigerators.
That is true.
Like, they get so mad about it. Like, calm down, first of all.
The shirt, the jacket, you think?
Like, he is a complete piece of shit human. Like, nobody gets upset when, do you know why I don't, really care, from a justice-y standpoint when people talk about, Kegan Kline possibly being involved in the murders? I don't subscribe to that belief. I definitely don't believe it for a ton of reasons. But
it's a Route 21 shirt, dude.
But he's a pedo. So I don't really give a fuck about somebody talking bad about him. I just don't care.
You talking about Keegs?
I don't care. I don't subscribe to that theory. I don't like it. I think it's dumb. But I don't give a shit about people talking. I don't care about people talking about him. In the same way, I don't really care when somebody wants to talk bad about Ron. He beat the ever-loving fuck out of so many women tried to kill a couple of them. And
well,
like,
yeah, I mean, like, if you hit somebody with a fucking piece of steel, like, what do you think is gonna fucking happen?
Like, I hope nobody even came to pick up his ashes. And if they did, I hope they took him to the transfer station and just let him loose. I hope they put him down the toilet. I hope his ashes are in the dumpster behind Aquarium World. Like, that's what I wish for him.
Oh, shit, yeah, dude. Yeah, I heard his ashes are in fish food, the Ron Logan blend.
Like, he's just...
the alibi blend, dude.
He's just... He wasn't a good husband. He wasn't a good father. He wasn't a good grandfather. Like, he wasn't a good anything.
He also sucked at assembling fences.
He sucked.
Man, your fences, his animals always got out. Man, build a proper fucking fence. You wouldn't be so stressed out about your donkeys escaping, dude.
He was a shit Navy man. Like, he did nothing well. He did nothing good in his entire life. He caused tons of harm. He did no good. Fuck his old dead ass.
Yeah, he probably literally just like did drinking games on the USS Mondovi or whatever the fuck. Like,
100%.
he was at ROTC. Like, he wasn't. He was like, he got out of submarine. He went to his A school, went to submarine school, and then went on a fucking float cruise. Like,
yeah. And like, don't get me wrong, none of that proves he's the Delphi killer. None of that by itself proves that. But I don't give a shit if anybody talks about it. I don't care.
okay, open your mind. Ron didn't kill Thou.
He would have killed the fuck out of me. Let's get it straight. Okay, he would have killed Thou. I bet he would have killed me if he got the chance. I'm mouthy.
I think a lot of people would.
He would have been like, "You gonna disrespect me, girl?" He would have gotten
a good drinker, a bad drug driver. Yeah, dude, you know it is crazy. Like, I think there's been a really big Kegan Kline angle group, and then there's been a Ron Logan angle group, and I think a lot of it was like pre 2024, when it was all like kind of like pre-trial workup, and then everyone kind of learned the facts over the year or so after the Franks motion came out. A lot of people were interested in these other people, right? But they really were actually still kind of good suspects, because nothing in the Franks motion didn't prove that they didn't do it, or that like Ron Logan didn't do it, right? They didn't prove that it was these other people. They don't have to prove that, right? But it's kind of fucking weird that there's like these two camps are back. And it's like people that are taking the angle that like, you're fucking stupid if you think it's Ron Logan. And then there's like people that are like, I think it's fucking stupid that you think Kegan Kline did it, right? It is fucking weird that it's back.
Yeah, I mean, I don't enjoy it. I don't.
Well, and it's like kind of, it seems so forced now. Like, people are like,
I know.
Oh, you fucking think Ron, like, as soon as people read this shit, and then the motion to correct error, they're like, yeah, but fucking Ron Logan fucking didn't do it, dude.
Like, I know Rick.
That's not what they're saying.
I know Rick didn't do it. And
yeah,
I know his attorneys are using this other stuff as the substance behind why he didn't get a fair trial, and the conviction should be vacated or a hearing should be conducted. That's literally all they're asking for. They're not offering up another third-party suspect strategy, because trial's over, so that's not a thing.
Yeah. What is? Do you know who is appealing the denials?
Well, what do you mean?
I don't know. This gentleman's in here. It looks like Judge Jessica is taking care of it. So she's going to get him some resources. And
Thanks, Judge.
Yeah. Did he have rabbits? I think he did have rabbits. Ron,
He had all kinds of little animals.
His rabbits. He would show his rabbit. What the fuck? Ron BG doesn't mean BG killed anyone.
That's a very good point.
We done been saying that shit, dude. Open your mind. Ron didn't kill thou. Did we talk about this yet? Or it's been asked and answered. Paid attention. Okay. Nick Clitoris. I knew fucking Nat. Nat is just killing it, dude. Oh my god. Nick Clitoris. Some dark psychology serial killer. He really does, dude. Nick be dunking like he ain't a fucking 5'8" guard. Well, that's another group of people too, I think, right there. The family people. I don't think you were. Well, a lot of people are like, oh my god, fucking everyone thinks Ron did it now. All these people are crawling back out of their bunkers to talk about Ron Logan. It's like, dude, these people have literally just been talking about the case, man. Like, nobody's
these people actually just want to know like what happened. Like they just want to know what happened and they're not satisfied with the conviction. So like while they're trying to like move on and just think about other things, like they still have something gnawing at them that they just still really want to know what happened in this crime. So
gnawing at you.
Cheers to y'all.
Okay, did we read everything? Challenged. Did we get through everything? Is there any?
Yeah, I think so.
Ask yourselves why every FBI insider believes Ron Logan did it. What is an FBI insider? So I believe that though. Like, I tell you, there's no fucking way they think Richard Allen did it.
Right. Absolutely.
That was the main Dwayne. Sure. Maybe Kegan is a yo. Kegan got up on that fucking bridge, dude. Both his ankles would snap. Listen, that dude.
He would be so fucking winded.
Yeah, you want to know who else would be winded? Richard motherfucking Allen, dude.
Like assume he even made it down the hill without snapping both of his ankles. He ain't getting back up that hill. No way, no how. Without being seen, like some stealthy ninja. You hear that man huffing and puffing and heavy breathing from 800 meters away. You kidding me?
The motherfucking filings would take off.
You'd be like, what's that sound? You'd be like, that's just this man heavy breathing trying to get back up this hill.
Dude, when Holman said that they were under the trestle, dude, if it was Kegan Kline, there would be no trestle left, dude. That fat bitch.
But I mean, it is curious. It is curious to me why he's still trying so hard to tell people this, especially considering people who did this crime, people who hurt children, aren't typically favored in prison, right?
Right.
I mean, isn't that kind of like the issue with Rick right now? And in his pretrial situation, and even now being, if he's put in gin pop eventually, like people who hurt children aren't usually regarded as badasses or heroes. They're usually targeted to murder on a priority list, right? To get shanked. So why are these dudes trying so hard to confess in jail to something they didn't do. Isn't that weird?
Well, I think Kegan Kline and Reese's unit don't play by those rules. I think they're in a protective custody unit, and there's still a pecking order there.
Why is Reese in protective custody?
Well, I think. I mean,
a different day.
I have theories.
Maybe like his other connections.
He has other connections, or him shutting his other connections off.
Yeah.
Trying to get on the straight and narrow.
Yeah. I mean, that would be the most likely scenario for him being physically in danger.
Yeah, that, and maybe he needed the therapeutic community too. It'd be great to know. But he has so much time that his custody level off the top would be extremely high. I don't think he would be in anything other than a max facility unless he had been in for like 10 years and had absolutely zero write-ups and he worked his way down. So I just don't see him. There's only so many ways that he would not be in a general population yard with that much time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that he would have the credibility in a unit like that because I think that unit is probably full of SOs and people who cooperated at trial against another person.
Right. And he's got a drug charge.
Yeah, he's got a.
Yeah, no, Angela's right. His sentence is wild for the crime. That, I mean, the fact that we're keeping people in prison that long for.
Yeah,
drugs.
like if he got charged with that today, it would be 2 years. It's wild. His cap would be 2 years because that law that he was enhanced under doesn't exist anymore.
Right. That's fucked up.
It was literally taken out by the Republican caucus that said it was too harsh on crime.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. So, and it's all fucked up, yeah.
Jesus, 50?
They gave him a 50 piece, dude.
Fuck.
He was 999 or 95 yards or feet away from a old rundown YMCA.
The fuck?
He was producing methamphetamine, but he didn't. It was just.
Welcome to Indiana. Who isn't?
Yeah. True.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, literally Reese Davis.
There's there's actual rapists and murderers who don't get sentences like that.
They out here killing people. Michael didn't take his case. Michael did help him. I talked to Michael about it before. He has some interesting takes on it. And Michael knows the guy who wrote his appeal. It's a great appeal. They got denied. But I know Michael probably set that a lot of that up. What? Meth is our state flower. Fuck yeah, dude. That's what's up. 50 fucking years, dude. Okay, well, this has been fun. What do you think? Let's shut it down.
Yeah.
It's been good. I think Ron Logan was mesmerized by his old Vinlander friends. They were the coolest dudes in the land. So he was like, I'm in cool with these dudes. Reasonable.
Yeah, could have just been looking
for some
protection.
I could see that. Okay, love you, bye. JC, Michael's got a YouTube channel. You can check it out.
Oh, we'll get Michael on.
Right now?
Michael on. No, I'm tired. I still have like real work to do too, but no, we'll do that soon. I'm just like talking like my channel now. I'm like, we'll do that soon.
When the helicopter brings Ange back, I think we can we could talk about having Michael on.
Oh, I sent a drone out
To who?
To Angela. I sent a heat-seeking drone.
Oh, you did. That's good. Okay, I was sending the Space Force, but they got defunded by Doge.
I sent my. Sorry, I couldn't keep a straight face.
Crustables. It's just crust. Damn, dude.
They're called Uncrustable.
Damn, that is some.
She really is eating those, though. I saw she sent a picture. She's really eating Uncrustables.
No, it's just crust. No, I just seen crust. It was like onion rings, just crust. Oh, you know.
She just got crust.
Where did the what do they do? What do they do with the crust? You know what I mean? Where does it go? I think they have another product out there. It's just hard to come upon. It's more of a Utah thing. It's more of a Utah thing, you know. The Mormons do crust. They love crust.
Crustables. Fuck.
Okay, well, hey everybody. We're gonna shut this bitch down, but I did want to just say, kind of at the end of the day, we need to consider
Ron Logan confessed.
I hate that bitch. Anyways, it's been fun. Make sure you guys show Ange love. We miss her. I know we're just a mere fraction of the fun and enjoyability that Ange brings us. We miss her. Everyone say you miss her. And we'll see about getting a fucking helicopter out there to Crevassus in the Crevassus and getting her released. Any parting words? Yellow Jacket.
That's all I got.
All right, fucking.
Like, I lost my mind at Crustables.
That shit was fire. Anyways, Crustables merch coming soon. Peace.
Bye.